Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm looking at the box of the Petyalkov Pe-2 in 1/72 scale from Airfix. The kit I have today is from the very first release in 1968. The kit was reissued on several occasions from 1973 through to 2010. It was also issued by Bilek in 1994 and 95. All along, the plastic parts were moulded from the same original tools. Now, if you enjoy the show, please do let YouTube know by giving it the imperial thumbs up, by subscribing to the channel and by hitting the notification bell. All of these are free and a great way to show your support. So let's start with a look at the box the kit came in all those years ago. So here we have the box of the Petyalkov Pe-2, just Russian Pe-2 as it was called then. This is a 1968 kit. It's the new tooling of the aircraft. Roycross artwork, of course, on the front, Airfix 72nd scale. On this side here, we have the fact it's a Series 2 kit, and we have coloured adverts of other aircraft in the range. Here, the Blenheim Mark IV, the Henschel HS-129, which was one of my favourites when I was young, the Fairy Battle, and the Douglas Sky Raider. And here you can see on the box there's a sort of a punched out bit that would be a tab that could come up, and then it could become a hanging box by putting it on a peg for display. But there we go, the Pe-2 box. It's beautiful artwork, but let's see what we get inside. Box lid comes up as usual. Inside we have a decal sheet. We have the instructions, and we have the plastic, very attractive pale blue plastic from some time ago. Lots of parts, most of which appear to be still on the frame, which is very encouraging. All seem to clip together rather well, actually. Anyway, we'll have a look at all these different bits and pieces in a bit more detail. First of all, the larger parts come separated from the frames. They were moulded on. The wings the feed points tend to be on the inner tabs here, which is good. On the fuselages, they tend to be on the bottom, which isn't quite so good, but it's not the end of the world. But anyway, so these are the larger plastic parts. These smaller parts are here on the frames. The only thing I can't find is this bomb here, but yeah, that's not the end of the world. So you have some crew figures, some truncated crew figures, so they fit in, a rear gun, undercarriage parts, seats, the wheels, undercarriage doors open, and there's closed ones as well. These are the dive brakes, propellers, engine covers, tail fins, the horizontal stabilizers, as I mentioned, the bombs, exhausts as well. So there's quite a lot of little bits and pieces on here. There's also a frame of clear parts, and these appear to have survived pretty well over the years. This is the plastic that they've used for this kit, the old sky blue plastic. It looks nicely enough moulded, to be honest. There's not tons of flash, tiny bits of flash there, but really not very much. The main thing, of course, is the raised panel lines, but there's not that many of them, so you know, kind of would be tempted to try and take those down rather than put up with them. But I don't know, I'll see. I'd see how brave I feel recreating that curve on the panel lines. Not very, I suspect. But you know, here at least the printing is nice. The model's good. I mean, I saw earlier on, you know, put the two halves together and they clip together very nicely and very firmly. I've seen a lot worse of similar age as well. So yeah, it doesn't look half bad. The wings are where you're going to get lots and lots of panel lines, and all of them are raised. I'm not going to You could spend some time doing that. I'm not going to. I'm just going to build this and have some fun. Rescribing panel lines to me is not fun, you see. So I know to some people it's a therapeutic thing. To me it's a bind, so I'm not doing it. But again, the moulding is nice enough. We do get a bit of flash around the propeller tips here, around the edges of the propellers, but nothing that can't be cleaned out relatively easily. There's a lot of flash on this part here, which are the tail wheel doors open. Lots of flash on there. And there's also quite a lot of flash on things like the fins here. There's a lot on there. But they can be cleaned up. They can be used. I'd much rather there's a bit of flash than bits missing, to be honest with you. There is a decal sheet with Czech, Soviet and Polish markings. As you can see, the decals are very, very aged. They're very, very yellow. They're okay for colour. Otherwise, I think the printing's not too bad, but then the printing's not exactly too difficult on these things. There's a lot of red, bits of yellow. I'm not going to use these. I'm going to use an aftermarket set for Polish aircraft that I know I can get some really, really cool markings for. So I'll be using those. I won't be using... I mean, you could try recovering them by sort of letting them sit in sunshine for a week or two and see whether they recover. But to be honest, I'm not even sure they'll hold up once they come out. Or if they do, then they're just going to be really thick. So I'm going to use some aftermarket for these. There's an instruction sheet, and this is of the very, very oldest kind. So there's a bit here about the history of the Petyalkov Pe-2. There's the fuselage assembly, and these are like exploded diagrams with lots of explanation. Now, a lot of people like these, of course, because you get to know what a lot of these bits and pieces are called. So I used to learn a little bit about the structure of aircraft from these, but not the most straightforward for the modern person, I suspect. So you have step A, which is fuselage, and step B, which is everything else. Well, step 2, I should say, step 1 and step 2. Engines go together, exhaust go into them. It's all very straightforward. On this, you can either have the doors, undercarriage doors up, in which case the doors are closed, or you can have them down, in which case the doors are open on a single piece for each side, which is kind of helpful, if not massively accurate. But I don't mind. I think this could be quite cool. I think it's going to be quite a fun kit to build. There it is. The moulding is of its age, as are the figures, but overall it's a pretty good looking kit and really not a plane you see all that often. I think it should be reasonably simple to put together, although getting the canopy masked might be a challenge as no custom marks are available. I might need to modify one intended for another manufacturer's kit. The decals are also unusable, so I've gone for a replacement aftermarket for a Polish aircraft, and that looks pretty cool. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, then please do remember, let YouTube know by giving it a thumbs up, by subscribing, and by hitting the notification bell. Thanks so very much for watching today, and goodbye.